Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Fielded in the end zone. It's strong. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are two of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. He goes right back to the air. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Short completion on first down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Now the Gales are moving quickly down the field. On target. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Handoff to the single back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. The short hands, it's strong. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Wants to throw it again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Now they'll run the draw. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And this one splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
He'll bring it out. It's Wade. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. He has a talented cornerback on the other side. He's really been looking forward to this matchup to prove how good he is. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got it in the middle. It's Wade.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. The run inside. It's Gibbs. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
Kick is in the air. Catches it at the 30. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got a man. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Quickly out to the tight end. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Now the play fake. Makes his man miss.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Now the Gales can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll move the wide receiver. The inside handoff. Knocked down for the tackle. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Play number 7 on this drive, and it'll be 3rd and 2. Keeps it himself. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And now this offense will take the field again. Running inside. It's Gibbs. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Wade. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down. Hunt is on its way. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes the Gales offense onto the field. They put points on the board on a couple of drives, but now they like to stick one in the end zone. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's got it again. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Now the Gales line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Rossi. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. To the air on 2nd down. Here's a heat. Makes the catch. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. They'll go to the counter, and he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got an open man. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. Lining up for the point after and the lead. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Lets it fly. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain.
What a throw on first down, the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the move. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Wants to throw it. Bears the pressure. Pulls it in. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and now they have a decision to make. Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it on fourth down. Tries to get it on the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. This time he wants to throw. He's got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Now the Gales come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Got out of trouble and throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Stepping to the right. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Finds a little space. They make the stop, and he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Wants to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. It's time to throw it back to our guys in the booth to start up the second half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll open the second half on the ground. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You know, zone blitzes are so hard to identify if you're a quarterback, and sometimes there's small indicators that can give it away. Maybe it's a defensive end standing up in a 2-point stance. Maybe it's DBs piggybacked over top of each other in coverage. But if you don't see it, you might get hit in the back of the head.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. just needs a crack to get a return. He's got great speed. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Gales offense onto the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his tight end. They're dealing with a second and long. On the ground with the counter. Push down for the tackle. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now the Gales will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Punt is on its way. Not a lot of room to field this one. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the Gales offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Bringing the heat. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. Now they'll run it to the right here. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Off the play fake. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some space. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Now the Gales pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. The give to the back. Give him a pickup of 2. Now 2nd and 8. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Motion from the wideout. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? A long way to go. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Rossi. Gain of 8. It's now 3rd and 2. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Pocket breaking down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Sometimes in life, there's only one thing to do. Punt. And they should punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Now the Gales look to keep this drive humming. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. They go to the counter, and there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 3rd and 6 yards to go. They go to the draw. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kicker.
On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Now this offense is back on the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Gibbs. Got enough for the 1st. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Oh, they're after him, and down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. And he's dragged down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Setting up the screen. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And here comes the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Gales offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. fumble. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Finds the tight end.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Now the Gales have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They're going back to the ground. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now the Gales getting set on 1st and 10. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll try the run, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. So here they come. One last chance, and they've got to have a touchdown. Looking downfield on 1st down. Rushes on him. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. One of the best environments in all of sports. It's the Jackrabbits and the Warriors. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Checking in with the Jackrabbits head coach. This is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Now the Warriors offense to go on the attack first. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. And what a treat to see a couple of pass catchers like this, each taking their shot to make big plays.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are two of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did their throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. He lets it fly. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Warriors will send out the punt unit. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that is an obvious personal foul. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that is absolutely not a surprise. Great job by the defense. And what did they do? They doubled him. Palmer, you got a #1 receiver out wide that we know they're going to force feed. How do you take it away? How do you send those double teams? What kind of coverages do you mix up? But a lot of attention early on that young man.
Yeah, and I think for the quarterback, David, that's one you've just got to give that one to the defense and say, good call. You doubled my best receiver. I got to go somewhere else with the football. You're going to get opportunities to throw this guy the ball. He's one of the best in the entire country. You just got to be a little bit more selective and find those one-on-one matchups.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Hauls it in. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Jet sweep to the receiver. What a great job of containment, and they stop him in his tracks right at the line of scrimmage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass. fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the passing attack, they were going to attack all areas of the field. And right out of the gate, first drive, they go deep down the middle of the field, and they come up with a big one.
The Warriors are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's this guy's third catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's McKinnon. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying to impose their will with the run. Jumped on top of the pile.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They're about to get through their entire opening script of plays. This is the 11th play of the drive. Third down coming up. Delayed handoff. It's McKinnon. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's fourth down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Escapes the pressure to his right. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on fourth down, and rolling the dice pays off. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big second down here, probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a third down and goal.
They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on third down. Pushes toward the goal line. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game, you want to pay it off and just put some points up on the board.
Well, and see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field, almost 100 yards, even if I get stopped. I'm starting this game aggressive.
To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Reads it, fires complete.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Third down play from the gun. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Finds his man. It's Moore. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Going to take a shot. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
It's the Jackrabbits will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Got his man. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Second down, he'll throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the big fella. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position that can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Wants to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's McKinnon. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Warriors with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Couldn't find his man last time. Now they'll have to convert 3rd and 4. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The quick out. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
The Warriors with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Makes the catch. It's Jamison. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
They'll send out the kicker here. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. He'll bring it out. It's Richmond. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Slithers into space. There he goes. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Jackrabbits. Rolled his way into the end zone.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first 2 quarters under the microscope. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to start the second half.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Coming out with it, it's Moore. And the returner is stopped. The Jackrabbits offense headed out onto the field to open the drive. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The play-action fake. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense is playing lights out. So to me right now, this is a no-brainer. After the incompletion on 3rd, just punt it away and let your defense eat.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Slips through the line. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Warriors' offense comes out onto the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Could not make his way to the corner. So now it's 2nd and long. Takes the handoff. It's McKinnon. Finding some room. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man. It's McKinnon. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, and that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll try to run for it. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shaken up momentarily. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on it. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Warriors! That one will give them the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. And the returner will be dragged down. The Jackrabbits offense headed out onto the field to open the drive. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Finds his man, it's Moore. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Wants to keep it in the air. Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and you can tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. This is one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but keyword being after the catch.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's got him. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
It's the Jackrabbits will try to pin them back with the punt. Showing some serious leg strength on that boomer. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air on first down. The screen, he's got wheels. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Delayed to the back. It's McKinnon. And they swarm him under.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They'll keep it on the ground. Makes one man miss. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
He's got it along the sideline. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And that's how you flip the field really quickly. Go from being on your side of the field, creating the explosive play, getting some momentum for this offense, and getting towards scoring position.
After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go right back downfield. Makes the grab. It's Richmond. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Jackrabbits. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Warriors offense comes out onto the field. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to the ground with the running back. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. From the gun. Snagged out of the air. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make the play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running is able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Warriors will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? It's complete to the right.
And I'm loving the command of this quarterback right here. You can tell he's not worried. He knows his answers. 3 for 3 on the drive, moving the ball down the field, trying to put this offense in a position to get right back in this football game.
The Warriors with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw again. Quickly out to the tight end. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. The Warriors go back to work after moving the chains through the air. From the red zone, it's McKinnon. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it! Touchdown, Warriors! And listen to this crowd after that one. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. He makes the grab. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He wants a big play here late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. They're working that left side. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And, man, you got to love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. It's complete. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. The Duke's ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cougars' offense will have the football first. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense. Offense in a bunch formation.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are two of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wide receiver going in motion. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
And the Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gives it on the option. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Fires to the tight end. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. They'll leave it with the lone back. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On 3rd down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Runs through a man. He might have space. He is like a loose boulder receiver just rolling to the 32.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. The handoff as they run the counter play here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield just like right there and create a TFL.
Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. The Duke's offense will now get its first chance with the football. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Quickly to the tight end. Now, the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Parks. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a big gain. He's got it inside the 15. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dukes! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. It's 1st down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in San Jose than you have? A captivating game so far. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at CFB Stadium.
The Cougars will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
That touch pass went nowhere, stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. They'll go to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. The Dukes have this offense rolling. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Got enough for the first. The Cougars are going to use their third and final timeout here. And now there will be no more timeouts for them to use the rest of the way.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
They're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, give on the inside. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Quarterback will keep it. He gets enough for the first down. Crowd is silent. Chains are moving. Clock still going.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the fourth quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
And the Dukes will line it up on 1st and 10. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down.